Hello everyone, it's Charlton. Please subscribe to my channel, tap that notification bell, and like this video. It does help me keep making videos, and I would appreciate it majorly. Alright, so I think she's 54-year-old grandmother, Kimberly Sue Endicott, who was taken hostage or kidnapped in Uganda at the Queen Elizabeth National Park, I believe it's called. It's the greatest, it's the largest tourist attraction in Uganda, and I think it's very close to the Congo border. I actually don't have it up there. It's a beautiful safari refuge, not wildlife refuge, you know. But she was released this morning, I believe. I'm not sure exactly what time. You know, the Uganda authorities, military, they kind of put out the information that she was rescued, but I believe, you know, they paid the ransom basically, and we didn't. And I know Secretary Pompeo had had put out a statement that we never do that. We never pay terrorists, or we never pay hostage ransoms, because it only encourages more kidnapping. The family, I think of, her family wasn't too happy about that. They were basically, I don't know who the relative was, but was saying that, fine, if you're not going to pay the ransom, send the Navy SEALs to go rescue her. But she's been released, and the tour guide that she had hired for her tour of the Queen Elizabeth National Park paid the ransom, which I think is actually, I think that was a good thing to do. The tour guide is Wild Frontiers Uganda. This is their website, and I think that was that was a good thing. And actually, that's the guide right there that was with them, her, in the Queen Elizabeth National Park. So there was supposedly another elderly couple with them as well in the vehicle, but they were left behind. I don't know how they managed to contact authorities and inform them of the situation, but both the guide, the driver, who's from Uganda, and a father, I believe, and the woman were taken hostage, but they both have been released. The ransom was $500,000, so. It was a sizable ransom, but they paid it, I think, in full. Wild Frontiers Uganda, and she's now free and back in she's back in her villa that I think she, was staying at inside the Queen Elizabeth National Park. This is obviously her right there. So all's well that ends well, or whatever the saying is. Yeah, it's pretty much the story there. I don't know. They had said, you know what? I think part of the reason that maybe the tour guide company paid the ransom is because they were supposed to have an armed guard with them. I believe. I don't know if that's the tour guide. I think it is, or if it's the Queen Elizabeth National Park that's expected to provide that armed guard. But I think it's the tour guide is supposed to have an armed guard with them, but they didn't in this case. So the tour guide company, whose driver was also kidnapped, paid to release them near the border of the Democratic Republic of Congo. A source told New York Times she has been located and is rescued unharmed. Uganda military spokesperson. Like I said, the Uganda military basically is kind of characterizing it as a rescue. I think during her release, there were several helicopters seen flying over or near the Queen Elizabeth National Park, sort of giving that impression that she was rescued, but she was kidnapped on Tuesday when her vehicle was ambushed before 7 p.m. Canadian elderly tourists present during the attack weren't physically harmed. Endicott's friend said the California woman posted an image of the four guards. That, I haven't seen that. And I look, supposedly there's an image of her posting with the four guards, I guess, that took her hostage, Thursday, because we're now into Sunday, and she was just released today. On her Instagram page, I couldn't find her Instagram page. I really wanted to see that, but I just was unable to locate it, I guess this is the photo they're talking about or something, and these are armed guards that are, employed by the Queen Elizabeth National Park. That's what I'm assuming, but I'm not positive of that. I thought she was, so she said Thursday. I think she was kidnapped Tuesday, I'm pretty sure. But it's not the armed assailants that took her hostage. That's what I was getting confused. It's just this photo, I believe. And then she stopped posting basically, and that's when her friend knew something was wrong, essentially. It became news pretty quickly once she was kidnapped, but her identity wasn't released until later that evening. Anyways, they continued to talk to the gunmen, continued to talk to Ugandan authorities. The Ugandan military has secured the ransom through her own cell phone. You know, up until today. I guess she got her cell phone back, though, after the ordeal. I'm not sure. The gunman identity is unclear, but the area where the abduction took place was once roamed by fighters belonging to an anti-Kampala rebel group, the Allied Democratic Forces, ADF, which is now mostly dormant. The group is still believed to have camps in eastern Congo, and they did manage to get her across the border out of Uganda into the Democratic Republic of Congo, which is actually what the Ugandan authorities were trying to avoid. But it's right next to the Queen Elizabeth National Park, right next to the border. I think that was the assailants' intent from the very beginning. And I think they were released just inside the Uganda border, you know, to Congo this morning. So that is the tour guide there. Actually, they have a picture of the elderly couple. It's a Canadian couple that was in the car as well, who were robbed and then left in the vehicle and weren't taken hostage or kidnapped. I believe it was her friend that was speaking to KTLA because she's from Costa Mesa, I forget. Costa Mesa. She has like a beauty care business, skincare business, at least according to her Facebook page. But her friend was speaking to the to KTLA, saying, you know, fine, you know, about Pompeo not saying the United States State Department doesn't pay ransoms to terrorists, to kidnappers, etc. It only encourages it. But so, anyways, I had said that was a family member before, and I think that's pretty much the story there. It is, but she's free now, and she's safely back in her villa, and that is the story there. That is the story there. All right, thanks for watching my videos. Please subscribe to my channel. Give me a like down below, and I will see you in the next video. Later, man.